Another option that's available to you as a facility is the option to create a check-in message for your parents. So at the beginning of the day or the beginning of an activity, when a parent goes to check in their child, you have the option to create a message that parents will see and have to agree to before checking in their kids. It might be an announcement, an important reminder, a health questionnaire, or a symptom checkoff. Whatever you need or whatever you require, you're able to create and customize for your facility. Now, but by default, nothing is created. So for this record, Vonette Bright, if I check her in, nothing happens. She's moved to present, but no screen came up. In order to set that check-in message, you just go to Settings, and we're going to edit check-in message. And here you have a template set up, but nothing is saved. Currently your check-in message is completely blank. So let me show you. If you activate your message in order to say, hey, I want parents to see a message, when you go in to check in this record, you're just going to see a strange blank message. What you'll need to do is to change the templates that's set up and click Save. So for instance, if I click Save here, we're now saving my pre-made template, and when you go to check in Bill Bright, you'll see the template. But obviously this doesn't say anything of significance. It's just a template that gives you some options to change. In creating your facility message, we need to communicate to the database how you want your text displayed for the app. And since you're editing your text in a web browser and it's going to be displayed in an iOS or an Android app, we have to have some pretty generic text markup. And so we have to deal with this markup language, unfortunately. So I've given you a template, and really the easiest thing to do is just to click in a field and just edit the name. And to be honest with you, the easiest thing as you're dealing with these little markup languages, it might be easier to just use your arrow keys to navigate through these to change all your screens. Because you're dealing with HTML and it's HTML rendered by a pretty new programming language, there are some things that can go wrong. So the easiest thing is really just to navigate with the arrow keys and just change the text as you want to change it. And the great thing is as you edit, you'll see everything changed as you go. So let me show you a couple of different things and how this really works if you were starting from scratch, because you may want to add a whole lot more text than just what's here. Each new line needs to be defined as either a bullet point or a heading. So you need to choose one of the different size headings if you're just doing text. So an H1 is large, H2 is medium, and I'm hitting enter, and then I'm hitting H3 for small. So each of these designates how large the text is on that line. So it's saying this is a new line, and this is the size of the text on that line. If I want to create a bullet point, I hit enter for a new line, and I click the bullet point marker. Point. Oops, forgot the T. If I want to italicize something, what I can do is just highlight it, or actually I'll make this word here bold, and it puts 2 asterisks around it to tell it that it's bold. Notice there's a space between the first asterisk, which tells it that it's a heading, or it tells it that it's a bullet point, there's a space, and then double asterisk around it to say that it's bolded. If I want to italicize something, I can just highlight it and then hit the italics, and that will italicize. So you have some formatting options to create your check-in agreement. In particular, I think the bullet points will come in useful, but all of it is pretty useful. And once you're done creating it, you've got the preview here, and you click Save, and it'll let you know that it's saving. And now when we check in Bill Bright, we see our brand new check-in message. So you're able to go in and check and change this message on a daily basis if you wanted to, or weekly if you need to put in an announcement at the end or whatever. You feel free to do that. I don't love the setup for this. It's one of the unfortunate things of dealing with a website that's editing for an app and giving you the option to create custom text and custom bullet points and font sizes and that kind of thing. If you run into trouble, if you have any trouble at all, would you please just email me, brian@safelystow.com. I am more than happy to help you to make sure that this gets all set up properly and looks the way you want it to look. This is typically just an initial setup thing, and I'm more than happy to help you set up these morning or beginning of activity agreements. But really, that's all all that's required is we're going to go in and we're going to edit, and we're going to use these little markup fields to mark up your text to make it look however you want. You click save, and then you activate the message to make sure that it's turned on for parents to watch. There is a specific video just for this, which is basically a repeat of the video you're watching right now. If you need to watch it, you're more than welcome to watch it again to do your editing.